So this morning I'm planting tulips again. These are lily tulips. They're quite short, and it'll be kind of nice as the main tulips kind of die back for the season next spring. So stay tuned, and I'll get the camera set up and you can get a little bit of a close-up. So the area I'm going to be planting is the entrance of my Dutch garden. So I have a couple of rows of regular lilies here, and I've left the gap. So one of the reasons to not deadhead right away is if you still have planting to do, I think they do a nice job of leaving markers for where you need to plant. So I'm going to kind of split down the middle, pull some on each side to make a path or an opening to be able to get that dirt exposed, so I can get the root of the tulip and the alliums in there. When I pull mulch back, I try my best not to disturb that soil. I'm just really trying to pull the mulch back because I don't want to be bringing seeds on top of the mulch that would be in dirt, because that'll create a weedy situation. I've done this many times, and you can see that I do have some milkweed seeds that blew in, so I'll just pull those by hand in the spring if they come up. A little bit windy, hopefully no wind in the mic, hopefully. So this is going to give me a really nice opening to be able to get all of these bulbs in there. So I'll drop them into the area. I just kind of restrict myself from having to bend too many times and hurt my back. I'm just gonna kind of toss them in, and then I'll come through and place them. And I'm gonna be looking for some steep sales, and I might go back and get more. Thing is if you buy them too early, you don't know what your frost, you could have really hard frost. You could have a foot of snow. Years ago, the last week of October, we had 3 feet of snow. We had a Halloween blizzard. Many years ago, 20-some, almost 30 years ago. I know I'm aging myself. So anyway, that's why I kind of like doing some of the stuff at last minute. Plus, I'm just getting caught up on planting the ones I've got right now. So the alliums are what I have more of. So we'll get the alliums kind of placed first. Somewhat random. Get tulips here and there throughout. And we're planting with the pointy end up and the little root or the flat section down. It'd be good to see how this comes up in the spring. It's always fun. That's one of the reasons I absolutely love spring bulbs. I have very little pest pressure on the spring bulbs as well. Japanese beetles certainly don't come out in time to interfere with my enjoyment of the spring bulbs. So that's kind of nice too. Make sure I've got them distributed throughout here. Again, I'm placing the alliums kind of first, and then I'll make sure I go back through and get the tulips kind of sporadically placed throughout. Well, if you can hear, you can hear the harvesters around me. The farmers are out, finally doing their thing. Looks like a good mass planting of alliums. Let's try to get these a little bit better distributed here. I think one of the good things to do is when you're done with this is to take a step back and see where you got maybe too many of one kind of bulb in one spot and not enough of the other. Like here I'm seeing lots of alliums and not enough tulips. So I will just grab some of the other tulips and make sure that I rearrange some of this stuff. The thing about this particular variety of allium, it's supposed to spread, which is fine, because in the spring I have nothing else in this area. The lilies that are around this do not bloom until like 4th of July is a big time, so the allium should be about done by then. So again, taking a look at this, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to kind of lift it, so I don't want to turn those bulbs over, although if I do, it won't hurt them. They will come, they'll just come a little later if I end up turning them over. Again, just very gentle. A little bow rake probably would have been helpful for this task, but this is working okay. I'll come on this side. I'll come around the other side. We'll lift them in. I have some areas where I don't think I have quite enough mulch, which I have a huge mulch pile, which I might just go grab some additional mulch to cover this. This area of my garden and this area of this garden is just really light in mulch, unfortunately. But I will go grab additional mulch and put in here. Here's one of the bulbs that escaped. Sneak her back in there. Yeah, I'll have to come back through and put some more mulch on top of this, which is fine. I knew that was going to possibly be the case. I'm going to be on both sides. I'll pull this mulch back over here. Process. Some people will say, I'm sure I'll get some comments, why didn't you just dig the soil out and then I could have, especially when I trenched an area like this. I just didn't want to disturb the soil. Yeah, I'm getting down to my end of all my tulip planting. Like I said, until I see some sales that are, I can't pass, you know, where the sale is too good, I can't pass it up. And I'll put some more containers together, which is always nice. Really like this kneeling bench too. First, this is like my favorite thing of the year. Once you get older, getting up and down can be a little bit more challenging, and having the side handles here is nice. Plus they've got little, if you can see this or not, it's got little pockets where I can store my clippers or pruners or gloves, garden tags. I mean, so many things I can do. I'm hoping this turns out to be beautiful. I think it's a pretty good random selection here. Lots more tulips down here. In some cases, I don't like planting the tulips too close together because they do clump for me. I'm fortunate enough to get tulips to last for years and years, which is nice. I have tulips coming up where there's 4 to 6 of them coming up in one place just because they're been in the ground long enough, which is really nice. Got some little bulblets here. A little bit of street noise behind me. I'm gonna reach over here and get some more bulbs coming up there. What we doing here? We got a pretty good distribution, I think. Again, getting the little roots to be down, taking kind of a step back and making sure I've got a little bit of everything in there, and I think I do. So, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to do this manually. Kind of lift the mulch back on top. And then I might come back and add additional mulch too. I'll just use my hands for this. I think that actually works a little better. Tuck them in for a winter's nap. Again, the bench, this little bench is wonderful. Works really good. Try to get everything covered up here. So if this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up and thanks for stopping by.